Well, hello there. Today we are playing Isonzo, the Italian front. Honestly, super freaking cool game and exactly like something I've been looking for a while. I think I'm just gonna straight up jump into a game, a kind of custom offline one at first, and just kind of tell you about the game as I go along. So, for the most part, it will be a little bit familiar to anyone who's played the likes of Battlefield. However, this is like an infantry-only game, and one that's focused on World War I. But it plays differently from even the likes of Battlefield 1, in that it really focuses a lot on bolt-action rifles and sometimes pistols or revolvers. So it's very much like a slower-paced experience, which I find to be amazing. Like, it doesn't feel quite as stressful as most other games, I guess. And as you can see, you can play with the bots, if you so choose. And it also has like the full character progression. Like, I can level up my character right now. But yeah, we're just preparing for an offensive. And more or less like the rush mode, I guess. We take over objectives, we have supporting mortars, we can build like little base structures. Well, this character can only have like an ammo crate and stuff. I almost got my head taken off. Oh no. But yeah, you can have like structures that let you call in artillery strikes and a bunch of other stuff. There are sniper classes. We do get like scoped guns and stuff. There's barricades and some other structures like machine guns you can construct. There's a lot of stuff. And at least so far, the actual game, it looks pretty. This is, I think, on the medium graphics or whatever. And it runs really freaking well. And even if the guns are, bolt-action rifles that are a little bit on the simplistic side, they feel wonderful. You can really feel like they've got a little bit of punch to them. And because everyone isn't like wielding a heavy machine gun or whatever like in other games, the actual gunfighting ends up being a little bit more measured in a sense. You have some time to actually aim your shots and your positioning matters a bunch, and most people just go down in a single hit, except for maybe like the pistols. And you can, for example, sabotage the structures the enemies had, so they can, for example, no longer use mortars even if they take over this place again. And we can even construct like additional spawn points. And I don't know, I really love the game and how it's made. Everything just feels right. There's someone right there. Hey, we got like an achievement. Also, yeah, I think this was a Game Pass game actually. It's surprising to see that not that many people are like playing it anymore. Like, I do know that it has been a little while since it came out, but it's such a cool game. Also, yeah, look, we have our own machine guns and everything. We can't really run around with this, so it's like a static emplacement. And I think it's like a nice balance. Despite maybe the fact that, there's no one around to shoot with it because we're already advancing. Also, yeah, in regards to playing the game with bots, something I've noticed is that they don't really seem to be using the airstrikes, which is, I guess, the one singular gripe I might have with the game. It would be really so much more cool if they did use airstrikes. But other than that, this is pretty close to how the multiplayer games go. If I wanted to, I guess I could spawn at the bottom of the hill. Because I do have a flare launcher, so that's how kind of the classes and stuff work. The only problem is I can't really shoot this flare all that far ahead, because we're literally trying to storm up a mountainside. Once I get that flare down, I could then go to one of those like command posts that are there, right? And call in airstrikes and such. So basically we just kind of go up here. We shoot a few flares. And we can shoot another one to just like increase the effect of the first one we shot. Now let's run back down and see what strikes are available. So here's the telephone. we use it, and there's like there's a lot of stuff we can call in. So let's go for the I guess bomber squadron, and not just that, but let's also bonk them with like artillery, and not just that, let's just bonk them with frickin' chemicals. Oh no, we're doing the maximum silly. You can see the kills kind of rolling in. The Geneva suggestions. There we go. Also, yeah, the pistols fire quickly, but they're neither that accurate, nor do they do that much damage. So very much like a close-ranged weapon. Also, yeah, if we wanted to, we could put on a gas mask so the actual point is safe now. Even if it does make the vision kind of goofy. I guess this would be a bit of a debuff to basically everyone on the point. Their visibility goes way down. I'm just maybe a little bit surprised that we don't really seem to get like shotguns in this game. Well, as, you know, a big sort of weapon. Because those would be so freaking cool. Ow, 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 ow. I think the gas is gonna go out in a second, so we're gonna be fine. But yeah, see, I do some damage at the range, but not all that much. Now, if we want to, we can also be like, hey, can I please borrow the mortar? Which does look very goofy. Yoink. Now, if I want, I can ask for some spotting. Although I don't think anyone's gonna do that. There's no bots with like binoculars. They do most of the stuff you'd expect players to do, which is to say that they don't really play the objective all that much. Oh no. But yeah, there we go. Engaging mortar gameplay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Have to reload. Oh no. And of course, we do actually get basically an unlimited amount of bandages to heal with. Only problem is, yeah, you go down fast. You're gonna rarely take good like advantage of those bandages. I'm gonna play a little bit of online later. We're just kind of getting into the game. Enjoying the vibe for a little bit. Oh yeah, you can technically heal friendlies as well. Online, nobody quite does that, but oh well. Let's see what other classes we can play. There's also engineers. Now they do get a little bit more like construction. They can have like their own emplacements and everything. And what's more, each of the new items you unlock, you do have some like requirements. The only problem is that I don't think I'm gonna get very many mortar kills and stuff like this. So, it is what it is. Yeah, there's also like a whole freaking tech tree of weapons you can unlock. Oh damn, the voices are kind of loud. Gonna give me PTSD. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They got like a machine gun or something. Oh, damn, they're up there. There we go. Yeah, the sights are a bit goofy, but holy frick, the guns also have a decent range. Should have brought like grenades. I feel like another airstrike would be really useful. Like, damn. Oh, frick. Can I just yoink it, like, upwards? Surely. Hey! I can do that. Big brain. God damn it, I hit myself. Okay, just one good throw like this. Yes. Well, it hit something. Somewhere. This is bullying. God damn it. Is there anything else I actually want to show off? I mean, marksman. Well, yeah, I do have like a fancy scoped rifle. Boom, there we go. And using the scope doesn't actually melt my PC for once. Like, this is very much a Unity game, but it's a really good Unity game. Meaning that they're actually showing off what you can achieve with the engine if you kind of know what you're doing and you actually put in a bunch of work in. And it runs well, it looks great. Honestly, if it had like more content updates, I could totally imagine myself playing this like a lot. Right now it's more of like that old frickin' almost Counter-Strike vibe. Where before I had like good internet, I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6 like a lot. Against the bots, but hey, it was still nice. If nothing else, this is kind of relaxing. Committing war silly in the mountains of Italy. Very relaxing. Uh-oh. 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 I'm in danger. Like, goddamn. Uh-oh. Oh, frick, I didn't close the loading thing. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. You can do an incomplete reload and forget to prepare the gun for actually firing. And you're gonna have to do that once you do. Kind of gets the point of being interrupted while using the gun across really well. Super annoying though. Oh, frick. There we go. I don't really need a scope at this distance. But I'll take it. Uh-oh. Oh wait, that's a friendly, Lamau. You, sir, are not a friendly, though. Get wabababad. Where the frick are the enemies go? Oh, there we go. Rip. Can we flank him? Yep. Yes, we can. You can also bonk someone in melee. I think as an engineer I had that task where I need to bonk a bunch of people with mortars. So let's do just that. I don't quite know where the mortars are though. There's like a map marker, but it's not like super obvious. Where the frick's the mortar? Ah, dang it. I have no idea. Might just be a case of us straight up not getting a mortar. However, if we do take the point, we could at least put some barbed wire up so people can't like charge us that easily. Ow. I keep getting bonked all the time and I don't always even see where from. Kinda messy. Yeah, see, through the frickin' wall. Jeez! Well, you know what they say. If you can't beat them, join them. I am with the Germans now. Oh, we do spawn less frequently. Interesting. But yeah, we do get guns that belong to that faction, of course. But largely they play the same and our rank is also the same across the factions. Which I really do like, because, you're not always going to be choosing which faction you're a part of. At least, if you play online games and stuff. But this is still really nice because even if I do play against the bots instead of like fully tricked out players, I can at least get a good feel for the basics of the game and just like practice. Jeez, that's a lot of dudes. That was a friendly. Oh no. I would so get court-martialed. I hear Italian. Posizione this. Fuck, I missed every shot. God damn it. I'm trying, okay? I'm doing my best. Frick it, we're gonna have to, like, improvise. But yeah, that's the basic idea of the game. And I think I'm good enough to jump into like an online match now and get absolutely destroyed. Also, yeah, there's quite a few different maps and stuff. And I'm immediately being shot at, jeez. I can also construct the structures, so like MG nests and stuff, which is really cool. Can't really see anything at this range. Oh no. Frick it, we get a lot of ammo. We paid for the gun, we're gonna use the gun. Oh, frick. Maybe not. Where the frick am I being shot from? Oh, I see you. You sneaky, sneaky jerk. Yeah. And I miss every shot. Oh well. We got a mortar here. Hell yeah. There we go. And just immediately on my own positions. Now we do have to wait a little bit until we gain some accuracy to the shots. And we did actually get some spotting because we are using like the recon planes and stuff, thankfully. Although by the time we do actually have our shells splash down, they are probably ways away. So we can just yeet the shells in the general direction of the enemies and hope that we get lucky. Which is kind of unfortunate, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna unlock the grenades anytime soon, damn. And yeah, they're actually taking out the spawn point, so we're gonna be set back a little bit. Best idea would be to spawn on our squad and try to go back. Although if it's players, that's gonna go really badly. Oh, frick, 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 frick. Go in the frickin' building! Damn you! Just as I was switching guns. The frick, they have an MG. I have no idea what's going on here. That's freaking chaos. Oh. I didn't even see where that was from. The frickin' forests are speaking German. Could I just be like a mountaineer and spot enemies? Because I do have binoculars. If I get to like a nice little vantage point, I can at least let the teammates know where the enemies are and stuff. Although, of course, I'd need to have like a good visual of them and, you know. Oh, there we go. We at least see like the emplacement. At least this is a relatively easy task, especially if we weren't like in a super wooded area. And then we could, you know, advance more easily. There we go, see? Only problem, good luck hitting anyone at this range. There we go. That was actually kind of nice. The one thing I don't really like is just how accurate the weapons can be. Like if it was up to me, those ranges wouldn't really be ones that you engage at. You of course could kind of yeet volleys of fire at each other, but you typically want to be closer. Just because like if you're playing at 1080p, you basically have no chance of actually seeing your enemies all that well. And this isn't even like a high field of vision, whatever. This is like a pretty average setup. And the enemies are still sometimes like 1 or 2 pixels off in the distance. And that's like difficult. Damn it. The thing is, even with binoculars, I can't really spot anyone. Freaking swear, the moment I go in there, I'm gonna die seemingly out of nowhere. Freaking crazy. Wait a minute. Yeah, literally a dude just sitting in the trees bonking everyone. Average, like, tactical game experience. Oh, woo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. God damn it. My aim isn't aiming. There we go. Nom 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 nom. Let's drink some monster energy. The canteen does decrease your like frickin' suppression a little bit. Damn it. Hey, we got objective A. Nice. Except for that. Time to drink some more coffee. Surely there's an amount of coffee that makes my aim just get good. Oh, frick, we're assaulting a very open area. Yeah, we're screwed. This is gonna be a meat grinder, isn't it? Yeah, see, this is the kind of the problem I mentioned earlier, where all of the enemies, they're like tiny little pixels on the screen. I have like a 1080p monitor because it doesn't mess up my GPU that much, like most of the games now run decently. But it's also like a 21.5 inch monitor. So definitely not like one of those super big ones or anything. And yeah, so I kind of suffer in games like this. I think even Battlefield 1 had some like slightly scoped weapons. Not like full-on telescopic sights, but something like intermediate. And that was kind of cool. I'm really not sure how to approach this. I think that person has the right idea. Just crawl slowly. At most, I guess I can just kind of aim for that little window and hope that eventually I'm gonna hit someone. But I don't think that's happening from this range. Whereas if the guns were less accurate, it wouldn't just be like a game loop of kind of finding some random position and then like 3 seconds later being dead. But you'd actually have prolonged firefights just to kind of get someone, you know? But right now, everyone's just like shooting lasers and stuff. Damn, really should have brought the binoculars. Oh no. Bro ain't doing so hot. I could place an ammo crate. Oh, damn it. There we go. Uh-oh. Hello. Let's try healing this person. There we go. Oh, we can also make the sandbags ourselves because they started the construction. See, now that's nice. If we could get some like frickin' fortifications up in there, it would be really cool. I'm still waiting for like a frickin' diesel punk or steampunk game where you still have flying vehicles and you literally drop fortifications for yourselves from like a plane or something. A bit like how Tau, I think, built buildings in Warhammer 40k, like Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, that's the friggin' longest game name ever. Maybe it was like the Empire of Man. They did have like the frickin' craft dropping off vehicles and stuff. Well, no, dropping off buildings, yes. And we need a game where you call in like a support drop and they drop a whole ass frickin' bunker in the middle of the battlefield. Damn it! Why is this so hard? There we go, got him. I might need to just straight up go back to the sort of the single player in a little bit, because that's actually easier to level up in. It does feel like if a game has enough of an influx of newer players, that's not as hard, but this, no, thank you. That ain't for me. Also, damn, those freaking screams. That's crazy. Also, yeah, see, it's not like my aim is absolutely horrible. It's just that it's noticeably slower. So by the time I would line my aim up against another player in multiplayer, I'm basically dead. And that does kind of prevent me from enjoying most of the games. Oh no. Either that, or if I know that I'm up against other players, my hands kind of tense up. Which is a thing that gets mentioned a lot, like, oh hey, you know, you should manage the tension in your hands when playing shooter games. And I'm like, thanks for the info, I don't know how to do that. I sometimes do daydream about making my own game, which would play very much like an online game, but it would just have a bunch of smart bots in it. Like, there's this one shooter called Fear, and it's gotten a reputation for having perhaps some of the better bots in any games. And in a lot of the games you get nowadays, it just feels like the bots are kind of placeholder dum-dums. But I think it would be really cool to actually explore what you can do if you put in the actual effort in fleshing out the bots and making them act as teams and squads and use tactics and everything. But of course, you know, I'd need free time for that, which I don't really have. Also, yeah, if I ever do make a game, shots from this range, there will be basically like an inherent inaccuracy to every gun you can use. The problem is that it would very much feel like sort of an RNG based thing, but honestly at this range it's preferable to just someone having the perfect mouse sensitivity and bonking everyone at like 300 meters away. Like playing like I am right now shouldn't be a thing. There we go. See? Feels kind of crazy when you just see like 4 or 5 pixels or something drop. What about that? Uh-oh. Lamau, look at that range. The accuracy got flipped from frickin' amazing to just no accuracy. I'll just lay down prone. Wonder if that's gonna help with the accuracy a little bit. Presumably not very much. Hey, headshot. But yeah, see, the bots here are very basic. In that they just, you know, rush towards the objective and more or less die. Whereas if you had them working in teams, you know, maybe some would pop smoke, some would build like fortifications, and it would feel way more like dynamic. And that would be really nice. Stab. But yeah, we do have to just place the explosives and wait for them to go off. And then we get to move on to the next objective. There we go. Nom, ammo. I could just run after teammates and give them ammo, and that will probably count towards that like little task I needed to do. Oh hey, and I'm gonna get healed and stuff. 150 resupply points. So I'd actually need to wait for people to expend some of their ammo and hope they don't get bonked. Oh yeah, and I of course don't actually get points in this particular mode because of like the custom settings. So essentially I cannot load 2 teams full of like bots and then just take advantage of the chaos to get like a bunch of kills. I guess the devs don't want people to advance too much in like the, you know, single player mode and stuff. Although I do appreciate that you have any sort of like XP gain there in the first place. Like other games that have single player modes like Delta Force, they just straight up don't let you, you know, get any progress. Frick it. Stab. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're running with the goofy bots that don't really do aiming well. Also, yeah, not using the iron sights, not a very good way to play. Huh. Guns ain't too accurate. Oh wait, never mind, Lamau. I'm gonna need a Sharpie to draw like a little cross in the center of my screen. Could go for like another multiplayer match. I could try being the sneaky person who goes for a sniper rifle. I just don't know how well that would go. Because, you know, it does feel like someone else might either use it better or just, you know, get there first. Oh, hey, yeah, I actually got the sniper rifle. Now, there's a little bit of pressure to actually do something useful with it. Oh, no. Also, look at how goofy the scope is. What the frick? How are you supposed to aim with this? We're looking at some silly mirrors for real, for real. Ba, 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 ba. Hey! Yeah, actually the sniper rifle does make shooting enemies way easier. Although I guess their choice of making the optics actually really freaking bad is an interesting balancing act. Guess we're going around again and looking for a good place to use the gun. Problem is we're pushing like up a hill, and a sniper rifle isn't exactly the best weapon when you're like on the offensive. Maybe like here? No, they very much can get me from there. I don't see them, but I very much felt like a bullet whizzed by. Well, either that or this. Overall, I think Enlisted kinda ends up being the game that I might enjoy more long term. But this is a really, really, really good take on a shooter game. I stabbed him just as I was shot. Let's see if I can get the mortar. Where the frick is the mortar? Oh wait, it's in the middle. Let's actually do a command post. And then hope we can use it. Although someone else might be sitting on it. Yep, there we go. I can't really boot someone out of it. Oh wait, no, they're leaving on their own. Oh. I don't think I'm gonna get any kills here if, you know, friendlies are already on point. At worst, I'll just bonk a friendly. Oh, no. Could try going for, like, their base or whatever. I don't really know what would be good, like, hiding spots on the map. Where the enemies are the most likely to be. One option is to just kind of randomly yeet rounds in their general direction and hope something hits. In that regard, the lower accuracy kind of works in your favor. If you don't know exactly what you're aiming at. Meow, merp, moo. Oh, no more ammo. But also, holy frick, I'm playing a Unity game. It's running well and I am very much vibing. I think Escape from Tarkov also ran on Unity, but that game struggles to run way more than this does. And I kind of do wonder why, whether it's because they have like more complex models or something, or you know, just something inherently about how the game, you know, runs. Like there's more stuff going on. But this is freaking great. Hell yeah. Plus, I don't really see the graphic improvement in something like Stalker 2 over this as something that's very like noticeable. I do see like the color palette more and like the models and the art style and that kind of stuff. Mostly because with Stalker 2, I have to turn the graphics so far down for the game to even run that at that point it's like playing it at 720p or less. And you know, it just looks like crap. So I don't know, I'm not sold on Unreal Engine 5, I guess. At least the way how most people seem to be using it. Oh, frick. Oh no. Oh no! I'm missing every shot. Stab. Oh, that's a friendly. Lamau. buddy. Here's some health for you. Hey, we're healing each other. Heck yeah. I do feel like if they know that we're here, one grenade is all it would take to bonk literally everyone in this room. Or at the very least to get us to like go back a little bit from the door so they can rush in and you know, finish us off and stuff. Yeah, see? Boom! Foreshadowing. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna be a bit of a jerk and steal the mortar. Hell yeah. I'm sorry. They're gonna try destroying the mortar Lamau. I feel bad. Probably should like try to hit this objective. Assuming there's someone guarding it. Okay, fine, you can have it. Hey, ah, that person left. I'm a jerk now. Oh no. I don't actually know what the game would be like if the guns weren't so accurate. Because on one hand, that would make the experience more like doable. On the, well, at least for me. On the other hand, you know, it would take away some of that, you know, I guess, joy or satisfaction of hitting that rare, like, long distance headshot or what have you. It would feel more like RNG based. I think every game has that problem. That's how you end up with, you know, some people just absolutely destroying the other team in Valorant. And the other team just getting stomped. Although skill-based matchmaking, I guess, is also one of the things of all time. Which I do enjoy. I don't know why people dislike that. Like having some sort of an elo and different ranks. So the game feels more balanced. Although, in the case of this game, that's not really possible when you have maybe like 200 people tops playing it. And the ones who are playing it have been doing so for a while. And that's more or less the problem that every game that's out for a few years has. Where typically only like the slightly hardcore players stay. So the people you're up against are typically, you know, quite passionate about the game. And you're gonna have a very hard time playing the game. Yeah. I need way more like resupplies though. And do bandaging as a rifleman. Luckily this shouldn't be too hard to do, just take a bunch of time. I don't know how I'll do the frickin' mortars as an engineer. There you go. 68 points. I really like that it even shows you how much ammo everyone has. So you can literally just look for the little like yellow or red marker and boom, you're being useful to the team. See? That's good game design. Very clear what you're doing and easy to actually contribute. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. That did sound very automatic, goddamn. I'm gonna need to do some bandages, but I find the challenges for leveling up kind of interesting and stuff. It just feels that some of them are way more difficult to do than the others. Yeah, what he said. Oh, jeez. Artillery. Okay, she's gonna rush in and get shot immediately. Yep, there we go. Just wanna replenish your ammo. I can't do that because everyone keeps rushing in and getting shot immediately. Okay, you. Quick reload, bang. Almost at the objective. Just replenish ammo for this dude and we good. Then just need to bandage a bunch of people and that's it. It's just unfortunate that it's actually kind of hard to bandage people because everyone dies so freaking quickly. You're very unlikely to find people in need of bandages. Hey! Another victory. But it has been like, I don't know, 2.5 hours. I guess it would be considered a bit of a short stream, but I was vibing and it was nice. So I do think I could just kind of wrap things up here for today. I appreciate you dropping by, and I'll probably see you in another stream or video.